Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Open Tabs podcast. I am Calvin Smith with my mainest man, Joe Carlos. Joe, what's up, man?
Nothing much, brother. It is so good to be here with you, as always. This is actually the debut of the yellow glasses for you, for our YouTube fans. You can see the world famous Killer Bees look here.
Yeah, the Ace Rothstein look.
The Ace Rothstein, or he just came from the shooting range, whichever. You know, he's got special eyes, so he's got to be able to see things in a special kind of way. So you had debut today. I'm very proud of that. I have to call that out from the beginning. You're dressed very nicely. You're dressed very Michael when he went out to the woods. You're like literally dressed in what Michael wore out to the woods.
I am.
With the exception of your tie. With the exception of a tie.
Yeah.
You are dressed like Michael. Well, you dressed far better than Michael Scott ever would have. Because
I try to keep it to the men's section. So
exactly. No, man, it's great to be here with you, brother. Thank you.
Man. Likewise, if you guys only knew, we've been through some things to get here. Some infectious diseases, not monkeypox, but praise God, not monkeypox. But a lot has happened. But we're back. I hate to be a downer toner, but I have to dedicate this episode. There was a horrible tragedy that occurred in the Nashville community. My barber, Rashad Donaldson, lost his wife and mother in one fell swoop under horrible circumstances, mental illness, and just the devastating impact that it has on our community. I want to dedicate our show tonight to Jasmine Donaldson and Jacqueline Pritchett and their families, and those that love them and were affected by their lives. I was one of those people. Jasmine was one of the sweetest people I knew, and had the opportunity to interact. I'm thankful I had the opportunity to interact with her. Rashad is salt of the earth, just a man's man. And so my heart goes out to he and his family having to deal with this. But this episode dedicated to them in perpetuity. This will always be out here for them. And that's that. So that being said, she liked life and liked celebration and liked love, and we love what we do. So we're about to jump into this. Joe, man, it's been a while. A lot has happened in life, man. You've moved on with your work situation, man.
I have. Yes.
Hey, man, look, I can't be prouder of an individual. If I tried.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Oh, you talking about me?
I'm definitely talking about you, bro.
Okay. Thank you, brother. I sincerely appreciate that and your support, and most importantly, your support. We missed you at the National Medical Association conference. I don't know where it is next year, but wherever it is, I hope we're able to convene there together.
Can I give you a moment of transparency? I'm waiting. Well, no, I've been to several NMAs, but I'm waiting on them to go back to. So they have a certain location in rotation, and I know the natives of that location don't necessarily want people visiting right now. That being Hawaii. I don't know. You up on that?
Oh, that was the last one though. It's not going back to Hawaii.
Oh, man. They go to Hawaii regularly.
Every other time.
Something like that.
Okay, well, I know Hawaii was 19. I've heard that's all I hear about is Hawaii.
The next time they're in Hawaii, brother, I will definitely be there.
Oh, okay. It'll probably be Portland. We'll probably go to Portland next.
Well, if they go to Portland, then absolutely. I got some great people in Portland.
I would love to be like
Serena Boston and a few others. I definitely would like to go to Portland. So, Joe, if you're there, I'm there. I'll put it out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I intend to be in this role for the next time there's an NMA. I don't know if it's every year, but I intend to be in this role next time there's an NMA. That's it.
Yeah.
Actually, I know it is yearly. It is annual.
It is yearly. It's a yearly event. COVID has thrown things off to such an extent. But we back. We back, baby. We back.
I intend to be in this role.
Yeah.
Here. So, I did want to shout out. Oh, sorry. Allison and Spencer Humphrey are celebrating 15 years of marriage
God bless.
today. That was a very hot August day in 2007. Lord of mercy. So hot that day. An August day in 2007. My collar was turning up, but the shirts we bought that day, so they weren't pressed really. They weren't ironed. But
you had enough steam out in the environment and atmosphere.
Brother, it was what it was. You know, it was what it was. But happy anniversary to them. Also, happy birthday to so many people. But happy birthday to my cousin Reggie, but and also Antoy and Lenny Price, friends of the show.
Friend of the show.
Yeah. So happy birthday to them, and also huge shout out to Okara Hanshaw and Vandy Gaffney and Jordan Brunson and all the guys.
Yeah, Robert Drummond, all those guys.
Yeah, Rob Drummond, all the guys from the Thomas J. Blocker Society. They had a wonderful event, the Living Legends Gala.
Honored Dr. Satcher and Dr. Foster,
Satcher
and Sullivan.
Satcher and Sullivan. Yeah. So it was Cy and A Row this year. So maybe Pi will be Dr. Foster will be next. Maybe it'll be Pi next year. You know? So Ephraim Grimes, and then you get the Kai. You know.
All right, there you go.
So having said all that, those are my shout outs. And but it is great to see you. And this is literally you're looking good. You got Michael over your shoulder. And for those who watch our YouTube feed, normally I have any number of backgrounds on me, but not today. We barely got here to this.
It's moment. A blessing just to be here. Let's put it that way.
You know what I mean? People. I feel a little naked without it, but
no. Hey, look, you're a homeowner. You got your.
I just definitely. I'm in what used to be the virtual classroom, and now
shout out to Sage. Shout out to Sage.
Our art is all over the walls.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. So yes.
Let me give one more shout out since we're in the shout out mood to my good friend, the coolest chick I know, Leslie Taylor, on her birthday. I was dining with her and her loved ones and everybody and rolled out, and she knew as soon as I said open tab, she's like, oh yeah, Killer and Joe. So,
happy birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you for acquiescing long enough to let Calvin stay, touch and go.
Yeah, man. And we got some new listeners, Raquel and Jason Rigel, my man from Tennessee State University, grad, who is the proprietor of Guidance Whiskey. He's they're coming out with the new bottle launch in a couple of months. So.
Okay. Hopefully maybe it'll be our first sponsor.
I'll bring you a bottle.
I look forward to that. Yes. I look forward to our next live show. I look forward to that as well.
Hey,
can't wait for our next live show.
It was live, and we do need another live show.
It was. Yeah. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
So here we are.
We are a
couple of silver spoons.
Hoping to find. Hey. I'm Dexter. I don't know who you are, but I'm Dexter.
You're not Dexter.
I'm not Dexter. Okay.
Was Dexter Alfonso Rivera?
No, that was his guardian or whatever. Yeah.
You are not Dexter.
I'm definitely not. Let's put that out. I'm definitely not. But
you're nobody's number two. You're nobody's number two.
Who does number two work for?
Exactly. What's his name? I can't think of the guy's name, but.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Ricky Schroeder.
Ricky Schroeder. Ultimately, yeah.
Young Ricky Schroeder.
Young Ricky.
All right, man. So look. We are revisiting territory.
Yeah.
And we're revisiting for a very, very good reason. So you guys may recall in our first season, one of our best episodes, one of our most listened to, one of our best feedback received episodes. We discussed our favorite comedy. I think I'm safe in saying our favorite comedy, at least network TV. Notwithstanding Curb and Derek Sanders and such. So The Office. And which lets us
know you're our people.
Yeah, exactly.
The fact that you all had comments specifically about The Office, which lets us know you're our people. So thank you.
Yeah. So we covered The Office quite well, and then Peacock, which was really The Office was the onus for both of us joining and
Yeah.
streaming, buying the service, as it were.
But you also, football.
Premier League soccer, yes.
Premier League soccer was also, impetus for you. But yeah, I wouldn't have I get all the streamings. I do all the services. But I upgraded it because of The Office, and only because I didn't want any commercial. I didn't want any impediments to my viewing.
Correct. And lo and behold, they rewarded us.
They did.
In our loyalty by giving us these Superfan episodes. And they started with season 3, right, Joe? That was the first season they started with?
No. I thought it was 1.
No, they started with season 3. Season 3 was the first, and then they retroactively released.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. You may be
I believe you. I don't know, but I believe you. As in all that things. And all that things acknowledge him.
You're crazy.
He will direct. You the crazy one. He will direct that path. So sure, they started in season 3. Yes.
Yeah, man. Well, we have made the executive decision that we are going to start with season 1, and we are going to eventually, because they are going to eventually release all.
They're going to do all of them.
They're up to season 5 now.
Even with Nelly. Even with Nelly.
Even with Nelly. Even with Kathy.
Nelly had some moments. Hey.
Kathy was
Hey now.
I can't wait to revisit Kathy, actually.
Hey now.
But season 1, season 1, we talked about it. We adjudicated season 1. We talked about how it set the tone. It was the British episodes.
The American version of the British. It was American versions of British episodes. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, there's that, but it immediately picked up its own tone. And this, I'm telling you guys, I'm not, neither Joe nor I work for Peacock or affiliated with Peacock. I wish we were. Yeah. And this is not an advertisement for Peacock necessarily, but this is an advertisement for those that love The Office. If you consider yourself an Office fan, you have to.
Yeah, it's kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Like you're not really, I mean, it's not a judgment. Oh, actually it is. You can't really call yourself, it's $9.99 a month.
Yeah.
For you to have the Office at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Wherever you are. Like, remember when it was on Netflix?
People say I'm the best boss.
People say I'm the best boss.
I would look forward to hearing that when I logged into
Netflix. Yeah, when you log into Netflix, because that's how it started. People say I'm the best boss. And you see the thing is like, but only in this, I think in the Superfan, no, maybe it is in the regular episode, but in the Superfan episode, I know specifically it says $9.99.
Yeah, no, that is so exactly.
I bought it in Spencer Gifts.
Exactly. So Joe, I want to talk to you real briefly about, like we are consumers in large scale of media. We buy the Criterion collection of movies. We are known to get the bells and whistles. We like the bells and whistles. Okay.
Give me the full thing. Yeah.
And sometimes the additions even might take away from the old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That is the exact opposite, in my opinion, of the Superfan episode. How do you feel about that, Joe?
I agree. It's like you're watching a whole new thing, and it's like you're watching a whole new episode of a series that you know so well. So there's so much more exposition. Mm-hmm. There's so many questions that get answered, and so many clues and Easter eggs that some are alluded to and some are not. And then you're wondering, like, why did they cut this and why did they include that? The whole time. But I think it fully rounds out the story. These Superfan episodes were absolutely brilliant. I mean, we knew of the deleted scenes because of Instagram and YouTube and things that it just started popping up. Mm-hmm. And to put it all together is special. But I do think that it adds just another layer of the ability for you to nerd out and just fall deep down a rabbit hole of The Office, specifically this show of The Office.
Yeah.
So
it's
like, okay, you have your normal episodes. Mm-hmm. You know Hot Girl episodes, right? You know Race Day. You know racial awareness. You know all basketball. Mm-hmm. You know all these things, but then then all these other scenes come up, and they make it. Okay, it's a 35-minute episode, like or 30-minute. It's a 30-minute episode or something like that. But it adds another layer, or even expands storylines in ways that make something that you've seen X number of times new.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man.
Yeah,
how it does it. Yeah,
it is absolutely, man. I mean, there were attempts online on YouTube and other places to splice in the deleted scenes from like some of the DVD editions, you know what I mean? And very, like, not even admirable, professional level splicing, you know what I mean? But what I think NBC saw that and was like, okay, we'll do you one better and give you like the storyline, you know what I mean? Like, make it fit. And so that's what you're getting here is like, the actual story gets meat to it. It lends some development to certain characters that was not present initially.
Yeah.
And it just is, it's worth it, guys. So for sure, I mean, again, if you're not already paying the extra for the little bit of for Peacock, I implore you, if you are an Office fan, you're not getting this stuff on FreeForm or on Comedy Central or wherever else. This is the real deal. This is how it was intended to be. So let me ask this, Joe. Let me ask you this. Out of the 6 episodes in the first season, which do you think was most enhanced? Or do you think it was
the pilot?
Yeah.
The pilot. There were so many more scenes of Jim complaining and looking at, obviously here comes my bias. There were so many more scenes, of Jim, so much more of Dwight.
Yeah.
And of course, Michael. It was just you, Jim, Dwight, Michael, Pam.
Yeah.
There's a lot more of the 4 of them.
Yeah.
And even a little more Ryan. Yeah. But there's a lot more of the 4 of them. Like, just they get their own close-up time.
Yeah.
And it's before that you're sitting in one place and you got the bright light on. It's before that version.
Right.
It's really grainy. Yeah. Like first season Sex and the City, grainy. Yeah. like this room, like looking at me now, grainy. Dean.
Don't do that, Joe.
Dean Tavares is the Godfather. The Master of Darkness. So I mean, it's I think it's episode 1 though. I think it's the pilot.
Okay.
And we just get all this extra. I think the pilot and also the health plan.
Yeah. Healthcare, and that was going to be my choice. Healthcare is my point. My choice. Like in particular, I'm pretty sure it's either healthcare or the Alliance, where they have a scene of some pretty heavy flirtation. Pam.
Oh, heavy. Yeah.
Like the online, the chatting. You know what I'm talking about? Like they're doing.
Yeah, and they're saying it like he's saying it.
Yeah. And it, like, I mean, I think that adds to, I think, the stakes for them. And I think they were trying to do like a kind of a slow build and kind of let people, but in this situation, I think that it's better television. It helps you understand the animosity of Roy a whole lot more, what I mean? And then by the time you get to basketball, what I mean?
It builds up to basketball. Basketball makes perfect sense.
Yes, exactly.
It's like a playlist. It's like creating the right playlist, letting everything drop at the right time. And basketball, the animosity there in basketball makes so much more sense. With Roy, and because all we see is Pam there, but I'm sure she talks about Jim at home as well. And so,
I mean, her mom knew about him, So
which one's Jim? Or that first version of her mom?
Yeah, right.
But that was for you. But I agree, and particularly in that episode, or in those episodes with the heavy flirting, it's kind of like, okay, y'all were going to go there like much faster. Than even when they, the premiere of season 2, the Dundies, or where she's drunk and she looks like she wants to kiss him, but she doesn't kiss him.
Right.
And then when they're listening to music together, all that shit.
Yeah. Now that doesn't come out of nowhere.
No, it doesn't. But and then he talks about her.
Yeah.
And then it's just little things. It's just little things.
Little things.
Little things. But they're added.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
And it really does enhance the Jim and Pam story, which of course is an important. I mean, that's a focal point.
Yeah, yeah.
Regardless of my feelings about them, that's a focal point. And
Pim and Jam.
Yeah, Pim and Jam, and Dwight wasn't such an ass.
Yeah. So talk about that, because I got a point about another character just like that.
Yeah,
but
he wasn't such a jerk.
Yeah,
he wasn't such a jerk at the time.
Yeah.
And then they were doing some weird stuff with Oscar too at the time too.
Yeah. His character
they didn't
is a little
quite
different.
know what to do with Oscar at the time. So early on, but obviously we know who Oscar is now.
Yes,
but I'm saying they didn't quite know what to do with Oscar at the time either. But Dwight was kind of like cool. He was just like around.
Yeah, he was a regular office dude. Like, he didn't have quite the mean streak or what have you.
Right. I mean, he lives by code. I mean, we've talked about that. I mean, my love for Dwight is it's so
knows no
great.
bounds.
I'm on the record. So but these extra scenes let you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. They let you know a little more about him, and he's not just always fighting with Jim. You know what I mean? He's not. And so it's kind of it's interesting. It's interesting, particularly in the hot girl episode where he convinces them to buy the purse, and there's always some trust there. Obviously, some trust there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a little different. But go ahead. I was
just gonna say, for me, it's Michael. Like, there's a definite, when we talked about this on the first Office episode, there's a definite mean streak to Michael in the first season. Yeah. And this kind of
he's trying to be a little bit. He's trying to be Ricky Gervais.
He is. But these added scenes give him some depth, give him some, like it cuts a little bit of that away. You know what I mean? A little bit. He's still meaner in the first season. He's still more of a Ricky Gervais impersonation and not Michael Gary Scott. You know what I mean? Like,
but you know what it also does? The whole Jan thing, like the Jan arc is more, in my opinion, more pronounced through these extra scenes as well. Yeah. And not just season one. I know we're only talking about season one, but it leads up to, Sandals, the Christie party. Yeah. What's that season? That's season 3.
That's season 3, yeah. But
I think it's season 3, yeah.
It
leads all the way up. I think it's season 3. Am I right? Yeah, I am right. It's season 3. I think it's season. Yeah,
it's season 3.
It leads up to that, and it's kind of like, what? How are we here?
Right. Right.
Like, how did this escalate to this thing? But we have all these extra scenes of them talking, of this, that, and the other, and you start to see whatever their relationship was. I mean, they're talking about downsizing from the beginning. Yeah. Right. And she's already tired of Michael. She's been tired of Michael. But then there's there's a couple extra scenes in this season that just show, how she was staying on Michael's back and like really on him. And, we don't really see that in the regular episodes. And so I also want to pause a bit, but go ahead with your next thought though.
No, pause it. Go pause it away, sir.
So in the exposition with Jim, he mentions that he paid off his student loans.
Yeah.
And he said he bought a car, paid off his student loans. So if you look at it that way, basically he's saying he has no motivation. He's just working to work. And like, this job has allowed him to do that, to do those things. And so it kind of, in my opinion, it kind of shows why Jim doesn't care. Yeah. Because he's a man really with no debt other than he didn't pay off the car. He bought a car. I mean, he's got car debt, but it was like a Tercel or something. So it wasn't like it was a crazy purchase. But if you see like the whole disheveled, floppish, sheepish, disinterested, thing that Jim had going for his shtick.
One more adjective, Joe.
I don't even have another one. I mean, but his whole shtick was like, I don't care about this.
Yeah.
So why would anybody else take you seriously if you don't care? But now we see some people are working to pay off debt. Some people are working to feed a family. He's not married. He's in his 20s probably. He's paid off his student loans. He bought, which is probably his biggest debt. He bought a car. Like he has there's no motivation, and he says it. He's like, I'm not gonna be here. What are you talking about? Like, I can talk about quantities of paper. I'm getting bored talking about it. Yeah. It's just another job to him at the time, right? So what is his motivation? Pam.
There you go.
motivation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So his disinterested playing, goofing around all day, he can do this job like laying on his back. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
But where he is dogged in his pursuit, where he shows his focus, where he can put it all together to do the thing.
His effort.
His effort is in the pursuit of Pam.
Yeah.
But if you're watching normal, like without all these extra scenes, there's little things you don't know. Like, oh, why does he act this way? Like, why is everything a joke? Because he just doesn't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, he doesn't care. So
yeah.
I thought that was a useful Easter egg personally.
Yeah.
To help me better understand his disinterest in being at work.
I'm 100% with you, man. Let me ask you this. With the added scenes and everything like that, was there anything that you were still left wanting for in the first season?
No, okay. not really. Not really. I wouldn't mind, we didn't see anybody's house.
Okay.
Everything was at the office.
Yeah.
And at the, as we say, at the out, right? Because it was that first office. It wasn't
that like the annex.
Actually, there were two offices. I think the first one was there was a high rise, and then there was a building, and then there was the other building with like green, and this gives us the scenes where he goes outside during healthcare. He goes outside in the and does something with the cones or something. I don't know what. Ryan goes outside to even give us a little more. But no, I wasn't missing anything. What about you?
Not really. I think I was expecting maybe a little bit more of the warehouse guys.
Particularly when you have some real funny people down there.
Yeah. Patrice O'Neal, God bless, man.
God bless. Yeah.
But that being said, I wasn't really lacking. I think they not overdid it necessarily, but they exceeded my expectations in terms of what it offered. So I don't really have anything that I was left wanting for, and it got me excited for the rest. Maybe they can give some depth to some of these characters that we talk about a little later. So
true.
But yeah, man, this is so. Does it change your favorites in terms of season one?
Well, I it's like season one of most things, or not most things. Well, of some of my favorite shows. As a kid, I loved the Cosby Show, right? So season one, to me, seasons 1 through 2, 3, that's where you are. I mean, that's to me, that's a sweet spot for that place.
Yeah.
The Office, the first 6 episodes were more so a primer. I remember I had not watched it, and I bought it. It was in a bin.
Yeah.
For like $9.99, and you could get the first full season. And I watched it. I was like, oh my gosh, what is this?
Yeah.
This is amazing. I love this thing, and I used to watch them over and over again.
Yeah.
So because that was what I had. I had that. I mean, it was like the season had come out, and the thing was over, and then they rushed and put
one disc, right?
Yeah, one disc, right? They rushed and put the one disc out, and I had it. So, but I was never like home to watch it. It was actually Chris Lee, in the fall of 07.
The gentleman from Alabama.
In the fall of 07.
What a wonderful time in life.
He and a friend got me into a friend of his got me into because I was recruiting in the District of Columbia quite a bit in the federal city, as it were. And on Thursday nights, if I was there, I would go kick it over there and watch The Office with them. But they were like really into it, and so I was like a couple seasons behind in 2007. And so I had to go. So Netflix discs. Yeah. I had to get the discs to get back up. What I mean? But I think it does help. My favorite seasons probably 3 and 4. Okay. Those are my favorite seasons are probably 3 and 4. But I think it does. It doesn't. It enhances season 1, and I think it answers these Superfan episodes answer so many. There's so many questions answered and holes that are filled. Yeah. Plot holes that are filled. Yeah. When they were trying to get their footing, they didn't know what it was going to be, or if it was going to make it past 6. Episodes or any of that.
Absolutely. There was no guarantee that this was going to be as successful as the British version. You know what I mean? There was no guarantee.
Far beyond those 2 seasons they got. Whatever they got. Yeah.
You know, they tried with other shows and you know, Faulty Towers and all sorts of stuff that didn't quite work. So, you know, I for me, it changed my my order a little bit. You know, because I think healthcare was my favorite going in before the Superfan episodes. Hot Girl jumped up there for me.
Yeah.
Hot Girl is now my number one there. Diversity Day.
He started to feel himself. He started to be Michael Gary Scott in Hot Girl.
Yes.
He is.
Yeah.
And he can't contain it. Like it's coming out of him.
No.
He's really getting into a groove with Hot Girl.
Yeah. That's what she said. Kind
of.
Yeah, man. And look, you know, and then like I think basketball is about the same. You know, healthcare and the Alliance, they were already like, you know, like, you know, the Dwight pranks and
because they let Dwight shine, and those episodes let Dwight shine, and he's starting to show his range of talent or range of just all of his skill set, and so seeing more of him just makes it better. I mean, I feel, and seeing him at his absolute zaniest, or you know, accusatory and all that, it just makes it, you know, it just makes for good television.
Absolutely, and utterly bingeful. Like, you know, you can watch. I mean, this is already the peak of binge television watching, in my opinion. But you take an already like classic binge-worthy TV series and add these worthy additions and these worthy clips, and now you got a whole nother reason to binge it again.
But that's the thing, Calvin. So I watched them all, right? I did the full 5. And so let's let the people know that it says 5 seasons so far that they've done the Superfan episodes, 5 of the 9. And so I did that. Cool, no problem. And then I went back to 1 for this episode, and I'd only done it once, right? I only did the Superfan episodes once, so all the way through. I was sitting there watching it. Now, normally, if I'm watching an episode of The Office, if it's on FreeForm or Comedy Central or local TV, I don't have to pay attention because I know it. I know every word, every line, I know every look on the face. But in this case, I was sitting there like, okay, I got to pay attention to this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I've seen it, but it's like I'd only seen it once. Yeah. And for me, I watch something that I like multiple times. So it's kind of funny. Like, I'm probably going to start Succession up, like the whole thing, like pretty soon. I started Sopranos the other day, and then I told you, I found an article, and then I was like, oh man. And then I was like, oh well, I got to get to college, right? And now I'm 7 episodes in. You know what I mean? Now here I am.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know where it's going to take me. I don't even have to worry about it. It's just there whenever I need it. Right.
Yep.
But I'm saying all that to say that with The Office, it took a binge-worthy, these Superfan episodes take a binge-worthy series and then expand on it, which is just unheard of. Like, I could see adding like 1 extra scene, but no, these are really serious narrative twists or plot lines that get enhanced, and it's crazy. You do see the animosity between Jim and Roy. You do see Michael just not letting anybody work. You know, and in those first seasons, there's like 30 people in the office. By the way, there's like 30 people in there.
There are.
Like, and I'm guessing they're all writers. I'm guessing all those people were like writers. Right.
I want to look closely and see if Mose is there or something. Like,
I want to see if Michael Schur made it. Yeah, I want to see if Mose is there too. But I don't think he is. But there were like so many people in the office. Yeah. And I wonder, like, when they said, okay, we're going to turn that down. We're going to stop that. You know, it's kind of like A Different World was not an HBCU.
Right.
You know, Hillman was not an HBCU in the first season.
No.
And really part of the second season. By the third season, it was definitely an HBCU. But but I'm saying like it was really kind of interesting how many people were in the office and that didn't have speaking parts. They were just working, just doing their thing. And and it's just never brought up again. Like it's like these episodes reminded me of that little thing. But I think the whole thing just gets enhanced, man. I mean, I always loved, what's it called? Is it called healthcare? What is it called?
I think it's healthcare.
Yeah, I always loved that episode.
Healthcare.
I always loved that episode, but this version of it just catapulted it to my top of the all 9 seasons. And basketball. I love basketball because the brothers are in it. I mean, and you get Patrice doing his thing. Patrice O'Neal allowed to do his. He's able to do his thing. Craig Robinson. And you just notice the physical size, how much bigger these guys are. I don't know if it's how they shot it or what, or if they were wearing lifts. I don't know, but it was such a different thing. I don't know. It was just different. So and then there's there's a little more Kevin.
There is more Kevin. You're right. There's more Kevin. There's more Kevin. There's more Kevin. There's more Kevin in basketball.
There's more Kevin. Who should have been playing.
Yeah, he should have been playing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
There's more.
They needed Kevin Malone. They needed the
always Kevin Malone.
They needed the Amazon delivery driver. If he's not the mailman, he's the Amazon driver. Like
all those things.
All those things.
Yes. So what was your so? Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Since they did this with this show, in Superfan episodes, I'm gonna come back. I got two. What 2 other shows would you love for there to be Superfan episodes of?
So I mean, this is just off the dome. I'm gonna say The Sopranos, and I'm going to say A Different World.
Okay.
Those would be my 2. I would love to get like A Different World, like just have a little bit more Walter Oakes. I'm sure there's some Walter Oakes outtakes there. I'm sure there's some Run outtakes. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's some Whitley outtakes.
I watch an episode now before bed because I'm usually watching Sopranos now, and it's heavy and dark, and so now I watch an episode on HBO Max. I watch an episode before bed. It is a horrible spatially. It's horrible on HBO Max. I don't know why half the screen is cut off in many cases. It's absolutely horrible there, but I get it. I mean, at least I get the dialogue. It's not clean. There's no clean versions of it. It's clean, it's not going to be cleaned up. But I'm with you on that. And then Sopranos, of course. I mean, who wouldn't? Give me another 5-6 minutes per episode. I mean, there's no telling where we go. Maybe we learn how they know so much about other people and other things that are happening. If we see some conversations and some reactions to certain things.
What about yours? What are yours?
This is a show that very few people watch. I love Bored to Death.
Okay.
On HBO. I would love to see a Superfan version of that. Just be a little more Schwartzman and Danson and Galifianakis going at it. I would love to see a little more Bored to Death. And also,
those are some of my favorite people. I don't know why I haven't watched that.
Oh, I think you'd love this. You'd love that show. Okay. I think you would. And also, obviously Sopranos, A Different World. Obviously those. But if I had to put it on one, I would like to see a Succession Superfan episode.
Ooh.
Because I'm sure biting, cutting things that we just don't see that are beautifully written scenes that we just don't see that they got to cut. And I think that would just enhance that storyline, man. In ways I can't quite describe. So I'd love for it to be Bored to Death and Succession. It's interesting. There are HBO shows where you can curse, So it's interesting that. But I also wanted to ask you. I had a follow-up question to that.
Okay, sure.
So, what is your favorite moment? What was your favorite new revelation?
My favorite new revelation
moment in the Superfan episodes, if you could, or maybe not favorite, but what did you enjoy?
So I alluded to the chat, like the online the
Oh, that's true.
online
That's true.
flirtation.
That is a big thing because he says it.
Yeah.
She
Diversity Day.
acknowledges it.
Diversity Day has some good stuff with Larry Wilmore.
Yeah.
Uh,
More.
yeah, a lot more Larry Wilmore stuff that like reveals like the intent and everything like that.
Right. Right.
So I think it's between those two things. I mean, like I think that you get a real good understanding, and with Jan and everything like that, you get a real good understanding as to like, they've been dealing with Michael's shenanigans. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
since Ed Truck died, or not died, but since he retired, as it were.
Yeah.
Ed Truck is very much still alive in the first season. But
yeah, he is. Ed Truck is. He comes in.
Yeah.
Ken, whatever his name is.
Yeah. So I think those two things. I think those the Larry Wilmore stuff from Diversity Day and the online flirtation, heavy flirtation with Jim and Pam. I think those were the things that were the most significant for me. What about you? What about for you?
I think the most significant thing was learning more about Jim. As much as I can't stand Jim, and you know that.
Yeah.
But just learning more about
reason.
him. Yeah. Yes. And I alluded to it earlier about just his motivations.
Yeah.
And then learning a little more about Pam too, because she mentions college really only in the first season.
Yeah.
And in the fifth season when she's playing volleyball.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she finished. We don't know if she finished college or if she didn't finish. We don't know that. But she got into Pratt to a program. I couldn't quite figure that out later. But I think we learned more about the two of them really in that first season, which makes it interesting. Also, Pam talks back a lot.
Yeah.
And talks back is probably the wrong way. It's unprofessional. Like talks back is like total wrong. I apologize. Talks back is the wrong word. Yeah. But when your boss,
you're a parent. You're a parent.
I am a parent. I'm thinking of like Sage. But when a boss, when a superior or that you personally report to is talking to you, she will like talk crazy.
Yeah, she was just a little sassy. Yeah,
but she obviously she's fed up with the job.
Yeah.
And I feel you. Well, if you're fed up with your job, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
You're gonna go look for a new job.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's like there's tension there, and I think there's more tension in Superfan episodes to show that she really was tired of being there. But and it didn't come to a head right until season 5.
Yeah.
When she leaves and joins the Michael Scott Paper Company for a couple of weeks, for a month, right? And so however, she felt she was tired of it in season 1.
Yeah. It's a long time to be fed up.
Man, and then she didn't do anything about it until season 5. Yeah. And so I think she wanted to stay there too because of Roy, but also because of Jim. Yeah. For all intents and purposes as well.
Yeah. Now I think about it, I would have loved a little bit more. I don't think they really had a lot of intentions for Angela initially.
No,
but
I want what to do with it.
I'm on the record as Angela Stan. So
as am I. Unapologetically. That's why the Superfan episodes later on. I mean, they're great. I mean, you get a little more Angela.
Yeah.
It's strong.
Quality. Yeah. Quality.
You get a little more everybody. Yeah. Even a little more Stanley. You get a little more everybody. But yeah. We didn't have a lot of Stanley, and we didn't have a lot of Phyllis, and no. Creed was a regular person.
Yeah, he was very much.
He was just a regular guy.
He was not the psychopath that he became.
No, it's not. It's like it did not set in yet. Yeah. In his mind, but by season 2, he was definitely a different guy.
What's crazy to me is that like Devin's still lost in the mix. Like I still don't care about Devin.
The beauty of all that was when Dwight took over, he hired Devin back.
Yeah.
In the finale, he said, "I hired Devin back because he was always a good worker." And
oh, Devin.
It's like, which I think Devin was a writer.
He was a writer.
A fairly certain he's the writer of the show.
Yeah.
But yes, indeed. But so a high point for me, obviously, personally, I loved basketball and healthcare, diversity. I mean, that's 3 of the 6, right? Yeah. But but the hot girl is probably the number 1 because Michael is really downshifting into Michael Gary Scott, and so when you look at it that way, I think that one comes out on top, enhanced or not enhanced, and you see the range of emotions. He does a lot of acting with his face. In that episode, and you start to see his reaction to women, to beautiful women, and how he just loses himself in their presence. And
that's a great point. That is a great point, Joe, because like I was watching a season 5 episode last night as we were talking on the phone, and like there was a moment where he's flirting with Isabel, and that energy is like it gives it more credence in that scene because I know how he was in Hot Girl. You know what I mean? Like I have more Michael reference, more reference tape for him. You know what I mean? So it's these again, we do not work for NBC, for Peacock. We're not, this is a labor of love. We don't have a producer on this show. So we got no skin in the game really, other than just 2 brothers that love all forms of media and entertainment. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And I implore you guys, if you enjoy The Office as much as we enjoy The Office, you need to see the Superfan episodes. You need to give those a try, and get that service and watch those episodes, man.
I couldn't agree more. And the funny thing about talking about it is it's only 6 episodes, right? So
right. So as we go to other seasons, and we will.
When you look at we will. As you look at 20-something episodes, like what in the world? I mean, this is an arc. Like Noah, or Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And so
an arc,
or St. Louis,
Yeah. So shout out to Jared Boyd. Shout out to
absolutely. So yes, indeed. But man, hey, like Calvin said, Peacock, come on, you got it. If you're a fan of The Office and you don't have Peacock, you're really missing out. Yeah, I mean, FreeForm is great because they'll give you 5, 6 in a row, Jack. Comedy Central, they will rock and roll with it too. Yeah, but come on, do yourself a favor.
Yeah,
do yourself a favor.
Yeah, do yourself a favor.
Please,
if you have the means.
Yes, I highly recommend it.
So Joe, the summer is quickly coming to an end. It's football season.
So we have to say goodbye.
Yeah. Thank you. The sounds of silence.
Yes, the sounds of silence. Did you ever see? Wait, hold on. Have you ever seen This Is 40?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
There's a scene where she says, "You're Simon and I'm Garfunkel." He's like, "What's wrong with Garfunkel? It's one of the beautiful voices in the world, right?"
Yeah.
And then later, one of the kids is like, "What's wrong with you all? You're not talking, but I know you're angry." And he says, "The sounds of silence." He says,
yeah, man. It's so funny that you mentioned This Is 40 because it has one of the all-time great outtakes.
Oh yeah. In the principal's office?
Melissa McCarthy in the principal's office. Incredible. Guys, if you've never seen that,
from the dome. She's doing it from the dome.
Yeah. I think when I upload this episode to YouTube, I'm gonna link it in the comments so people can see that.
God,
that clip is
she just went
hilarious.
Off. She went off for like 4 solid minutes.
I want to put my foot bone into your jaw.
And these two, like a bank commercial. Looking like now you see what we're dealing with.
Yeah,
exactly. As you are. I mean, how do you sit there as this master at work doing her thing? You know what I mean? Yeah. In a way, I mean, she just was going crazy. right next to them. I mean, it was just
a
oh
tour
my
de
gosh,
force, a tour de force, a literal tour de force.
Truly a tour de force.
Yeah,
she's in 2 scenes.
Yeah. You touched my breast.
You touched my breast.
You touched my nipple.
You touched my nipple. I did. I touched it. I have high
nipples. What?
What?
Y'all, hey, look, this is 40.
I'm crying.
Worthy watch. It might be. It's high up there, especially now that I'm plus 40. High up there.
Hey, this is 40 is accurate. This is 40 is very accurate.
Very accurate.
Very, very accurate.
Very accurate. Very accurate. Very accurate.
I watched that movie far more than I care to admit. Well, I'm a binger. I watch things over and over again, but I watch that movie a lot.
Yeah.
I remember going to see it, thinking like, what? Like,
yeah.
Spot on.
Hey, so Joe, we got some low hanging fruit out here for some.
We do.
Some shout out to some new friends and new places and everything like that. They want to hear us discuss some other movies, man. And we there's some stuff out. I actually, so Leslie tonight was like, yo, I want to be on the Open Tabs podcast. I was like, okay,
come on through.
She loves a certain 80s actor who is a bit of a curmudgeon, not our guy. Oh, by the way, Joe, I see, guys. Okay, I'm digressing now. Joe makes these recommendations for me, man, and he recommended a Bill Murray movie for me, Quick Change, and y'all need to see Quick Change. Let's just put that out. But I'm not talking about Bill Murray. She's a Chevy Chase fan. Chevy Chase.
Okay.
And so I think we need to put that on the radar. And Reese has been asking about some things, and
well, Chevy Chase. What is it? Vacation?
You want me to say it? I mean, it's Fletch.
Oh, Fletch. I've never understood Fletch. I'll do it. I'm happy to do it. I've never understood Fletch. I've never watched it at 47 years old.
It is. For me, they had me at the proctologist scene. Like, I
had a best friend in high school, Hampton Coon, who loved Fletch. I mean, he had Fletch posters and T-shirts in the 90s.
Yeah.
And when Fletch Lives came out, and I have watched Fletch countless times. I still don't. Wasn't the woman in there? Wasn't that Maddie Earp? Isn't the woman in there
Maddie Earp? Yeah, that is Maddie Earp.
Yeah.
Shout out to our Tombstone episode. Listen to the Tombstone episode.
Yeah, please listen to the Tombstone episode. And then the bad guy. Well, I'm not gonna give that away. But the bad guy is Otter.
Yeah, it's Otter. It's Otter.
Damn glad to meet you.
Speaking of more low hanging fruit, Bluto.
Hey, I'm always down. Jeez.
So I say that to say, guys, we got some stuff. We got some stuff that we know y'all would ask for.
I gave my love a cherry.
Oh man! Hey, look.
Do you mind if we dance with your dates? If I was you, I would be living.
This is John Hughes planting the seeds for Weird Science and for 16 Candles, all that good stuff.
All is racism.
All the racism there. All the racism.
All of it.
All of it. But yeah, man. So we got some stuff. We're here, dog. We're gonna. Hey, look.
I can't wait.
We're gonna ride this thing till the wheels fall off.
Wheels fall off. Is that Khalees? Is that her song?
Can we talk about her? Is she? I don't.
Did you see what B did? She took her off. She said, "Okay, you got a problem."
Yeah.
No. That's what you're.
No worries. My album's a classic with or without you. You could get these extra.
We ain't got no.
You get these extra ducats. You could become relevant again.
Or not.
Nobody cares about you right now. Or hey, look, she played that wrong. But look, Nas gave us some clues. He dropped some breadcrumbs. He told us.
He did over and over again. I thought they were back together though. I thought they had reconciled. No, I don't think they are, because he would have said something would have been said.
Well, as someone who has been down similar paths and similar roads, sometimes old doors open.
Yeah, but I understand. I thought I read that somewhere, but apparently not, because his name has not been in nary a story.
No, and rightfully so. You know, Nas is. You can say a lot of things about Nas. Nas is smart.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I've already been down that road with Jay. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
But she didn't even take it there.
No, she didn't.
Which was, I mean, I'm saying Khalees. I thought she, referenced Nas, Jay-Z, but she didn't even go there. So it was like, okay,
yeah,
you made it a hot line. I made it a hot song.
Hot song, exactly.
Essentially.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, look, I love the symmetry there.
And between the two of them, who has Milkshake? Never Khalees, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But that's just me in 2003. So who knows?
Yeah.
And 2022.
And 2022. You're consistent, if nothing else, Joe.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, we will talk. I look forward to. We will decide what the next.
There you go.
What the next one? I look forward to that.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, we listen to y'all. You know, I mean, I brother Tony, my brother-in-law wants me to do. He wants me to do something. I don't know if I don't know if I'm ever going to be ready for what brother Tony wants to do. I'll talk to you offline about brother Tony's suggestion.
Okay.
But there's some that I'm probably not going to ever touch. But that's it. We'll listen to you. We'll listen.
Absolutely.
And more importantly, we appreciate every single listen, every single like.
We love it.
Every single. So I had the privilege of attending a leadership. I don't know what really to call it, symposium this week, led by a group, QMX Technologies, that was just life altering. I was really in a lull professionally, and had the opportunity to interact with these guys. And so Blake, I hope Blake's listening to this episode. I put him on to
shout out to Blake.
Shout out to Blake Edmonds and Russ Russo. We look, man. We're going to expand this viewership, listenership, man, and we're happy to have every single one of you guys.
We are so happy. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because like we've mentioned,
takes more than love.
Exactly. This is out of LOVE, like Michael Jackson was saying on the LOVE. This is out of LOVE. And that's about it. We ain't got no producer, man. If you know a young up and comer who wants to work for the gratis and get some experience, and then they can help us.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, man. I mean, we love what we do. Longtime listeners like the homie Amanda, and shout out to Reese. I mean, again, the Surly
shout out to Reese.
Shout out to Reese. Shout out to Reese.
Shout out to Ray Herring. My new Facebook friend.
My main man, Philly Ray. I'm mad at him and Chris Larkins right now for their baseball teams kind of giving it to the Braves here lately.
Things happen. Things out of our control.
They're out of our control. They're out. Yeah. But man. All of our listeners and everybody, that gives us feedback. All of our past guests, we love you. Heather bringing that heat on the last episode, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah. And to those that just now joining us, man, we subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. We're on all the forms of media: YouTube, Spotify, Apple, you name it.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want.
Last thing, Joe. Last thing. UniWatch. A lot of teams made some uniform decisions.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of teams made some uniform decisions because the NFL decided you can use these alternative helmets.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
The Bengals in white.
I knew it. Welcome to the jungle. Yeah.
Bengals in white. I think it's brilliant. It's on theme.
Yeah.
They're good. They're really good team.
Yeah.
That'll add to that. They don't have to do too much different.
Yeah.
For that as well. So the Bengals. And number 2 is the Falcons red.
Yeah, I can't wait.
But they add the gold when it's like
Well, that was the original.
Oh, I know. Come on now. I didn't read up. So I got mad. I got mad. So that way Georgia Tech gets a little love too.
North Avenue Trade School. Shout out to North Avenue.
They could add a maroon strip right down the middle too.
Hey,
thin maroon lines wouldn't hurt. Just
no, not at all.
But I don't really have a worse.
I do.
Okay. With that Green Bay thing?
No.
Okay,
The hated New Orleans Saints.
Oh, that all black. They brought the all black back, right? Like the old.
And it's ugly. They got a black helmet.
Yeah, with the little tiny fleur-de-lis.
Ugly.
Yeah.
Look like some USF. Well, not even USFL. Because shout out to the Birmingham Stallions, man.
Number one.
And their excellent mayor, Randall Whiffen.
Yes, absolutely, and they're excellent mayor.
Yeah. But
without question.
I'm not. Even if I wasn't a Saints hater, which there's no doubt I'm a Saints hater.
Yes, there's no doubt.
Unabashedly. But even if I weren't a Saints hater, that's not a good look. Hey, But anyway, I'm excited about this season.
Me too.
Season ostensibly has started tonight.
Yeah.
And I've had
we are excited.
I had the privilege and honor of being added to a spectacular auction style.
We'll see if you feel that way.
Fantasy league.
We'll see if you feel that way later.
I've been doing my homework.
I'm sure you have. So I can't. I look forward. I look forward to it. Yeah, look at the ledger. I look forward to it. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So I know we're busy people. Life happens.
True.
But the Open Task Podcast is here to stay, and we appreciate you guys. Until the very next time, we'll see you. We out.